So, trailer all loaded up can only mean one thing. We are off to find another car. Lights all checked. Everything is good to go. So this car is for a new project that I've got coming up. Bit of a wild card, this one, but I think it's going to be an interesting one. So let's get on the road, go and pick this new car up. I'll show you when I get there. I'm not going to tell you what it is now, and it's going to be an interesting one, this one, so sit tight. I get you to pop them back on there. So that is us back home with one very empty trailer. So yeah, this time it was not meant to be. It's a shame. Car had lots of potential, some good parts on it, but yeah, no, it just, for the money that was being asked for it, it needed too much work, and I'm being quite fussy with what I buy here as a donor car, so it needed to be right. So yeah, the fact that that wasn't perfect, I'd rather come home with an empty trailer than come home with something on the back that I regret. So yeah, the search continues. Trailer loaded up again. Hopefully, second donor car. Hopefully this one is going to be better than the last one. I think it's got a lot more parts on it than the last one I went to see. It's got a lot more parts that are going to be of use to me. So back down to Birmingham again. Yeah, we'll see. Again, I'm not going to say what it is until I get there, and we'll see if it's any good. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this time it's a good one. So I am literally, just had to stop for a quick wee. I am literally a couple of minutes away from my destination, and yeah, I get to see this car. Like I say, hopefully this is the one, and when I get it and I explain the reason why I've gone for a donor car like this, you'll get it. I just think this should hopefully have everything all in one place that I need to be able to do what I want to do. So yeah, literally round the corner now, and I'm going to be there. Alright, just stopped off for a quick drink. Car was good. Car was very good. Car was too good. If I'm completely honest, I feel like I've got a bit of a problem on my hands now. I need to keep this in my brain that I'm to stick to the plan. The plan was not to like this car as much as I do, but I can't help it. Let me show you exactly what I've got my hands on. Look at that. What an absolute beauty. She's stunning. What a spec car. Big D2 two-piece floating rotors on the front. I think six or 4 pots on the rear. I don't know. Little clue right there for you. VTEC double overhead cam turbo. This car is way tidier than I expected it to be. Lovely 3-inch exhaust system going on under there. Obviously used to be a turbo, so it's got the vented stuck up louvers at the back, and then even the inside of this thing is lovely, really nice steering wheel. They've even got the Type R clocks sat in there, which just look like they're supposed to be in there. All the gear knob, the interior is lovely. Now let me show you a little sneak peek of under the bonnet. So there we go. K20 turbo, charge cooler over there, adjustable fuel pressure regulator, turbo smart hyper gate, sidewinder manifold, screamer pipe, pulsar turbo on it. Just a really well set up car. So it's got high and low boost setting on it. I believe it's making 470 horsepower on high boost and about 360 on low boost. We took this thing out before, obviously before I bought it, and it goes well, as you can expect with the mid-engine. Puts the power down well too, really well. So yeah, I feel like I've got a bit of a problem on my hands now, because the plan was never to fall in love with this car, but how can you not love that? It's even got, don't know if I can, let me see if I can show you. Let's get the keys, find them. In amongst my a whole load of keys. So it's even had these really funky LED lights fitted to the front. What a stunning car. If you're an MR2 nut, I'm sure you'll know about these backlights. I'm told they're quite rare or hard to come by. Apparently people in the States go mental for these. Yeah, really nice looking car. And then they've even wired up in here all the clocks, Civic Type R clocks, they're all working. Air fuel ratio gauge over there, and then in the middle there is a Samsung tablet which displays all the home data stuff on it. So you get all your temps, your speed, your boost, everything that the ECU reads is all on that tablet. So not only have you got the normal gauges, you've also got all the stuff from the ECU as well. So I'm going to go home to bed now because I'm knackered. It's nearly midnight. I've been down picking this thing up. My plan tomorrow, whether or not it works out or not, my plan tomorrow is to head down to Alton Park, because there's a track day on down there that a good friend of mine has told me tonight that he's doing. So I don't plan on taking this off the trailer tonight, because if I can get down there tomorrow and do a bit of track time in this thing, why wouldn't you? So let's see how that goes. I'm going home, I'm going to go to bed, and I'll see you tomorrow. So there's a car in the daylight, still all loaded up on the trailer. I've literally just had the nod off of a good friend of mine who's down at Alton Park now on a track day. It's a TVR track day. He's been kind enough to have a word with them for me, the organisers, and even though that's clearly not a TVR, they've said that I can happily take it down there and join in with the day. So yeah, while it's still on the trailer, I'm going to go down and have a bit of fun. Now, don't get me wrong, I know this is a very new car to me, so I am going to be going steady in it. It's just a good opportunity for me to excuse me, to go and see a good friend of mine and just spend a little bit of time on the track testing this thing out, see what it's capable of. And yeah, I am just going to go steady in it, but let's go and send it around the track and see how she gets on. This is not how I expected my day to go, but I certainly ain't complaining. So that's lunchtime done. My first session now, open pit lane. So just going to go out in the car. Car's there warming up. Just going to go out and yeah, see what she performs like. It's got this screen in it, which is really cool. So there's a bit of reflection on there, so I don't know if you can see it, but let's link this iPad to the K Pro. So I've got coolant temp, voltage, air intake temp, throttle, speed, boost pressure, everything on there. It's really cool, so I like that. And got air fuel ratio, there we go, there. I really like how they've put these Type R clocks in as well. You wouldn't know that they weren't supposed to be in there, so they look really good. It's actually a really nice place to be in here, and some cheeky Honda mats. Fortunately, that is me done for the day. Now, unfortunately, you can see that the downpipe decided to exit the turbo. As you can see, I mean, come on, someone has done a horrible job of welding that, and that's the reason why it's failed. And that, guys, is the exact reason why I don't make crappy exhausts. So it's not a problem. Had a good run out while I could. I'll fix this in the morning, and yeah, be good as gold again. Other than that, car performed really well. Temps were really good. Intake temps good, engine temps good. So at least I know the engine is sound. So although I only got hour or so out on track today, I'm happy with how the car performed. It's done really well. It was probably, I'd go as far as to say, and a couple of other people came over and said the same, it was one of the quickest cars out there today, which was nice. So yeah, I'm going to load this onto the trailer and get off back home and call that a kind of successful day, I guess. All back at the workshop. Time to get this thing unloaded off the trailer and I can get down here tomorrow and fix the broken exhaust. As I say, it's not the end of the world. It's my bread and butter doing this exhaust work, so I'm not actually surprised that something's broken on it. This car's had, from what I believe, quite an easy life. It's never been on a track bed. The guy that I bought it off, he was actually very surprised this morning when I told him that I was taking this thing on a track day. But I just don't see the point in building a car like this if you're not going to put it to some good use. So yeah, I think it did quite well, really, considering. Such a good looking car. I'm gonna go ahead, get this thing off the trailer, and I'll do the repair work on it tomorrow. So yeah, I feel like that was a successful track day all round. I mean, I know I had a slight issue with the car, but that's not really something that could have been avoided. Obviously, I bought this project taking on someone else's work. Kind of thought, to be honest, I was going to find bits and bobs like that. So it's no massive surprise. What it does give me the chance to do, though, is it means that I can go over the build and just rectify bits and bobs like that. Ultimately, this setup is going to end up somewhere else. That will all become very apparent real soon. But for now, it's staying where it is, and I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this car, because I think we can all agree it's a really cool car. It's done really well today. I'm pleased anyway. So there we go. It doesn't take a genius to work out what's going to happen here, does it? We've got one K20 Turbo MR2 and one Ferrari with no engine in. Put two and two together and, well, it tells you everything you need to know. I've owned this Ferrari Mondial now for a good few months, and I've had a play around with the factory engine. I could never get it to run quite right, but I had always had one plan in mind for one of these Mondials, and that was to put a K20 turbo in it. Why would you do that? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people asking that question. Well, it's quite simple really. The factory V8 that came in the Mondial, it was 240 horsepower if you're lucky, and weighed about the same as the moon. So you know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out that that car, maybe in its day, was quick. By today's standards, a Mondial is not a fast car. You're probably lucky. I wouldn't mind betting if you put that thing on a rolling road these days with a standard engine in, you'd be lucky to see your 240 horse. Now, I've been stripping the engine out of that car over the last couple of days, and I can tell you it is heavy. The guy that come and bought the engine off of me, he seemed to think the engine out of that car, he seemed to know what he was talking about. He seemed to think that the engine out of that car weighed about 450 kilos. No wonder it was heavy when I was pushing it around. It was ridiculous. Now the K20, I've never weighed one, but I'm going to guess maybe in the region of 200 kilos, 250 kilos. So that's a hell of a weight saving right there. You know, that alone is going to make the Ferrari a lot quicker with the K20 turbo in. This MR2, that's pushing 470 horsepower to the rear wheels, just like it will be in the Ferrari. That's going to move along. It's really going to move along. So yeah, over the next few weeks, I'm going to be stripping everything out of that MR2 and transferring it over to the Mondial. It's going to work out really well, I reckon, and it's going to be an interesting project. Over in the States, someone's done a K20 powered Ferrari. I'm sure a lot of people that are watching this video might have already seen it, but as far as I'm aware, I'm going to be maybe the world's first to put a K20 turbo into a Mondial. Now I know there's going to be a lot of people that are probably going to be saying, well, why the hell do you want to put a K20 turbo into a Mondial? A lot of people think these cars are ugly, but for me, I've got two little girls that love cars. So the fact that I can put them in the back of this Mondial and go out for a spin on a summer's day is brilliant. And this thing, I mean, it might look a little bit boring now, but by the time that's got a big set of wide wheels on it and a big drop, that's going to look really cool, especially with the roof down. So it's a no-brainer for me. I'm going to get better fuel consumption. It's going to be faster, it's going to be lighter, it's going to be more reliable. Why wouldn't you put a K20 turbo in the back of there? What you got to remember as well, guys, is I'm not ruining a £100,000 Ferrari. You know, one of these Mondials, if you don't already know, a nice condition one of these things is 35, 40 grand. And I honestly believe, some people might disagree with me, I honestly believe that this thing done to a nice spec is going to be worth as much as a standard Mondial, just because of how usable it will be compared to a normal Mondial. I'm sure there's some people out there now that are going to be saying all the standard ones perfectly usable, etc. But you can't compare an old Ferrari V8 to a modern Honda K20 engine. You just can't do it. I don't care what anybody says. It's not the same. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be making this car faster, better and more reliable. So it's a win-win for me, because I will probably end up daily in this thing on occasions. So it's got to be reliable. I don't want to be coming out in the morning and this thing not starting, and that just won't happen with a K20. So obviously I'm going to be left with a very, very nice MR2 turbo body shell. This thing's got obviously lovely wheels, lovely brakes. It's a lovely car, and I'm sure again there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be saying, well, why are you pulling that apart to put it all into the Ferrari? I'd prefer the MR2. Well, if the MR2 is your bag, then great, but it's not mine. I'm just not a massive fan. When I look at those two cars and I think to myself, what would I rather be cruising around in? What do I think is a cooler car? What car do I think will get more attention when I go down to a retro car show, or even just drive into a local town? What one is going to draw more attention? It's going to be the Ferrari. So that's exactly why I'm doing it. There's going to be a bit of work involved now. I honestly believe that I've got a really good donor car here. Really good in the sense that a lot of parts that have been made for this MR2 are going to really help me out with the conversion, putting it in the Ferrari. I had it up on the ramp before, fixing the exhaust from the track day yesterday because the exhaust snapped, and all the mounts and stuff like that. I'm going to be able to use all that to put this engine into that car. So it's worked out really, really well for me. Obviously I'm going to try and shift this shell, hopefully as a rolling shell with the brakes, suspension. It's got BC Racing coilovers on it. If I can shift all that in one piece, then I'm going to end up with a K20 turbo setup with injectors, ECU, everything that I need. That's not going to have cost me a fortune. You know what you got to remember as well, guys, is I got that Ferrari really cheap. So if you want to talk about figures, I paid £14,000 for that Ferrari. I've just sold the engine out of that for £6,000. So that's almost half of what the car owes me. So by the time I have took the engine setup out of the MR2, put it back into there, I'm going to be back to a very similar price to what I paid for the Ferrari initially. Now, that's a bargain. A 500 horsepower Ferrari for 14 grand. That's a bargain. Don't care what anybody says. So that's why it just all adds up for me. It really does. Obviously, as I strip this out of here, there's going to be various bits that I'm going to do. That rocker cover, that wants repainting. I am going to buy a new inlet manifold for it because that just looks horrible. But we've got a nice fuel rail on there which you can work with. I've got fuel pressure regulator all ready to go. I've also got a charge cooler. Now I run a charge cooler on my K20 Turbo 205 and I absolutely rave about it. So I'm so pleased that this one has also got one on there that I can use. I'm going to be tidying bits up. It's not going to go back in exactly like this, but what I have got is I've got everything that I need to get this in and running in in the Ferrari. It's got a Bluetooth Honda V4, so again, all that is going to work. I can transfer all that in. It's already mapped, so I'll be able to put this in the car and start it up and run it. It's all little bits like that which are just really going to help me out when it comes to getting this engine in, started and running. It shouldn't be that much hard work. Once it's mounted, doing the rest of it just shouldn't be too much of a problem. It really shouldn't be. So I might eat my own words. It might be a lot harder than I think, but you know, I'm no stranger to doing engine conversions and strange engine conversions, so I really don't see how this is going to be really all that hard.